My dear Freshta, we are live. Please take the floor.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Hello and good evening and good night, everybody. I hope all you are doing well, and thank you for joining in today's session. A very warm welcome to everyone joining us from different parts of the world, whether you are connected with us through Zoom meeting or watching us live on YouTube. Thank you all so much for taking the time to be here with us today. We truly appreciate your presence and support. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Freshta Noori, and I am proudly joining you from Afghanistan. I'm truly honored and excited to be your moderator for today's session. I'm also a fellow in the Women Ascension Leadership and Understanding AI in STEAM department. Before we begin our today's session, I would like to take a moment to sincerely appreciate the incredible people behind these meaningful initiatives, because as you know, today is the session 6, and we can call it our graduation day, because today is the final session, and I would like to sincerely appreciate the incredible people. First of all, I would like to special thanks to Dr. Mahin Amjad, the leader of Women Ascension, whose vision, leadership, and dedication continue to create opportunities for women around the world through leadership, mentorship, fellowship, education, AI, and technology. I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Amal Barakat, Head of Women Ascension, Leadership and Understanding AI in STEAM Department, for her continuous support, hard work, and commitment in organizing impactful programs that empower and uplift women globally. The sessions are possible because of their efforts, support, and belief in the power of women education, collaboration, and leadership. And honestly, today's topic is one of the most important conversations in today's digital and professional worlds. As all we know that today skills alone are not always enough. You can be talented, you can be educated, you can work extremely hard, but if people do not see your value, your voice, your achievements, and your potential online, many opportunities can pass silently, okay? That is why digital identity, visibility, and personal branding have become so important in today's world. Your online, as you know, that your online presence is often the first impression people have of you before even they meet you. And in today's session, we are going to learn how we can build confidence online, position ourselves professionally, and create opportunities beyond borders, and use digital platforms in a smart and meaningful way, okay? During today's session, we will be learning about building a strong LinkedIn profile, personal branding and digital visibility, creating professional CVs and portfolios, and the effect of AI, and as well presenting skills and achievements effectively. So I truly encourage everyone to stay with us until the end of this session, because I believe today's discussion will be inspiring, practical, empowering, and very, very valuable for your future journey. And now it is truly my honor and pleasure to introduce our amazing mentor and speaker for today's session. Joining us today is Judith Chitedze, a LinkedIn personal branding coach and digital brand strategist based in Malawi. Judith helps self-driven professionals and service providers transform their skills, experiences, and knowledge into profitable personal brands that attract global opportunities. After transitioning from a career in supply chain into digital marketing, she has worked with more than 30 clients, helping them build visibility, authority, confidence, and income opportunities through LinkedIn and digital branding. Her work focuses on helping individuals own their professional story, show up confidently online, and use digital platforms to expand their impact beyond borders. She is especially passionate about empowering professionals, particularly women across Africa and beyond, to take control of their visibility, create opportunities for themselves, and build careers filled with both freedom and purpose. And honestly, Judith, we are incredibly happy and honored to have you in our today's session. I personally feel very proud to welcome you. And before we go through our mentor, I would like to um, invite a woman, um, who because today is the final session and our graduation day, I would like to, before inviting our mentor, I would like to introduce our incredible women who caused this meeting, who is Amal Barakat. I would like to invite her to speak. Dear Amal, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, my dear Freshta, for this beautiful opening. Really, what you did explain is really powerful, what you did. And excuse me, Judith, don't worry, I will take just 2 minutes to explain something important. Thank you, my dear. You are so incredible. Thank you. Good evening, everyone, beautiful people. You join us today. I want just to take, as I said, just 2 minutes because this moment deserves to be felt. So we had actually 6 sessions ago. We sat down and asked for the first time one question: what does this community actually need? Not another webinar, not a list of tools. They forget tomorrow. They will forget tomorrow. Something that's built real capability, something that stays. And today we are here, the final session, like Frishta said, this is the graduation day. So to everyone who showed up from session 1, I see you, you're committed, you learn, you push through, today you'll graduate. So, but I see there is a new people, beautiful people join us lately. So welcome, first of all. And truly, this is not never too late, okay? So every session is recorded and the links are in our WhatsApp group, but don't worry, I will share a fully action, we can call it fully AI action workbook that I will explain it in the end of the session, how to you do. Okay, so please stay with us until the final, and we have some, like you say, surprise. We wanted to also announce it for you. So please stay until the end, and we will explain everything in the end. Okay, thank you very much, and thank you, Frishta, and thank you, Judith. And I will back it to Frishta. And welcome to Mr. Samir Khan. He's our mentor also. Welcome again. Okay, Frishta, I will return it back to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's time to invite our today's mentor, Ms. Judith. I personally feel very proud to welcome you into a Women Ascension community. Your journey, your work, and your mission are deeply inspiring, and I believe many women here today will strongly connect with your story and learn so much from you, from your experience and insights. Thank you again so much for accepting our invitation and for being here with us today. We are truly excited to hear from you, Judith. A very warm welcome once again, dear, to Women Ascension community. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Frishta. And hello, everyone. It's good to be here, and I appreciate having the opportunity to be in a room full of women like this who are ready to build themselves, who are ready to go out there in the world, put your work out there so that you can make an impact. I started my personal branding journey in December of 2023. And by April 2024, I landed my very first freelance writing client. This was a US based startup, and they hired me for LinkedIn copywriting. So I started my journey, and I started my journey from scratch, first of all. As Freshta has said, and please apologies if I mispronounce your name kindly. Um, as she has stated, I was in supply chain. I was in the finance department. I was working in the warehouse. I was also working as a procurement coordinator. So throughout my corporate journey, I always had a mind to build something of my own. All right, I didn't want to stay in corporate for too long. So come 2023 December, I had reached kind of like my breaking point, so to speak, and I couldn't go any further. I couldn't continue the way I was going. So I decided, I had been applying for jobs, all right? I had been sending out applications, my CV and all that stuff, and trying to perfect every little English word. For most of us, I'm sure English is not our first language, but we always do our best to write our best English on our papers, right? On our CVs and on our cover letters. So I did all that, and I wasn't getting any responses back. And it was frustrating. It was frustrating. And I had no idea how to move forward, because I was ready for career growth. So what happened is, I met an acquaintance, a friend of a friend, and she told me she had landed an international opportunity on LinkedIn, an app that I had on my phone that was just sitting there collecting dust. And I was like, how did you do that? So she's like, yeah, I just got it on LinkedIn. So from there, I was like, there has to be something to this app that I don't see yet. So I have to do something to at least get myself an opportunity, so that I move up from where I am. So what I did is, I started building my LinkedIn personal brand. I started by sharing what I was learning. So I decided, because I'm interested in writing, I would capitalize on that passion of mine, because it's a natural skill that comes naturally to me. And this is me telling you guys to take that seriously. Whatever comes naturally to you, and you feel like, but I just do this without thinking. I can do it without thinking. I can do it at 1 a.m. and I won't be bothered, right? Capitalize on that. That's your strength. I know someone else cannot wake up at 1 a.m. and say, I'm gonna write something. It's not everyone who's gonna do that. So I decided, this is important. It's important enough for me, to me. So I'm gonna learn more about how I can monetize my passion of writing. So this US-based startup that hired me, I wrote for a total of 8 B2B accounts. So I was writing LinkedIn content for B2B accounts. They were trying to attract clients as well for their products. And from there, I got into SEO content writing. And in May of 2025, that's when I started leaning more towards coaching, because along the way, I discovered, I love teaching and I love empowering other people to build themselves, and especially women. So as I've been introduced already, I'm Judith Chitedze. I'm mentoring you from Lilongwe, Malawi. And I do LinkedIn personal branding coaching and digital brand strategy. Primarily, I work with purpose driven individuals who are ready to generate income from their skills, their expertise, and their story. So, your story is very important. It has the power to generate income for you. So, I've so far directly coached over 37 clients, and I have spoken on webinars, LinkedIn live events, and TikTok lives. So, around the topic of personal branding. So, this is what I'm passionate about, and this is what I'm capitalizing. Please do the same. Kindly let me know if my slides have changed. Hello.
Yes, it is, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. So that's our overview of today's session. We are gonna understand personal branding for the digital job market. We're also going to set up a strong LinkedIn profile for yourself for global opportunities, and then we'll also get into the CV building using AI tools, specifically ATS compliant CVs. And then we will also build and publish, or perhaps we will publish later, but we will build a professional portfolio website. And I'll be guiding you through all that step by step. I'll do my best to manage our time around that. So I love for my sessions to be interactive. Kindly, someone raise your hand. Let's go by first come, first serve. Whoever raises their hand first, you can go ahead and tell us, what do you understand by the term personal branding? Our kind moderator can take note of the hands. Hopefully they can unmute their mics and speak. Who wants to go first? Who wants to tell us what they understand by the term personal branding?
Can I go?
Sure.
Okay. For me, I think, if I'm not wrong, personal branding is the way people perceive you, your reputation, values, skills, maybe personality, and the specific things people remember you for.
Yes. Thank you for that, Tamina. I see another hand. Kindly go ahead. So we'll just take 2 responses for now, ladies. Apologies because of time. I saw, was it you, Obiajeli? All right, it's all
Okay.
right. We can proceed.
Good
Okay.
evening, everyone. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Go ahead.
My understanding of personal branding simply means my unique identity that people know me for. So anytime they see me, they can recognize me that this is me and this is my brand. This is my unique identity. That's my understanding of personal branding. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's appreciate Obiageli. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right. Let's give her a thumbs up, and let's give Tahmina thumbs up. Thank you for volunteering to speak. Personal branding, you are both correct. It's around your values, it's around your strengths and the perception people have of you whenever they come across your name. So it's the act of intentionally shaping people's perception of you by repeatedly communicating and showcasing what you do. So take note of those words. You have to not just communicate, but also showcase. You're showcasing what you do, what you stand for in terms of your values, and how you make an impact in the world, how you make an impact in the business world. All right. So it's not just about your personal story, as in, my age is this, I'm married or I'm single and I live here, and this is, my hobbies are what ABCD. You go out there and put yourself out there with value, depending, leaning on your strengths and making sure that the world understands the value you bring to the table. Your digital identity is it goes hand in hand with your personal brand. So your digital identity is what people find when they search you online. Have you ever Googled your own name? What comes up when you do? And does it reflect your strengths? Does it reflect your experience? Does it reflect your impact? Because there are people who are doing brilliant things behind the scenes, but the online space doesn't know. you don't have a digital footprint that speaks about your work. So that's a problem, and that's a problem we're going to fix today. All right. It's important to note that employers are searching online and especially on LinkedIn before they make a hiring decision. And if you have noticed, there appears to be a lot of job listings out there, but then most of them are being filled through relationships. Through the employers are building relationships online, and once a role comes up, a vacancy comes up in their organization, they already have someone in mind that they reach out to and say, hey, there's something that has opened up in our organization. I remember we talked about this on LinkedIn. Would you mind taking a look, and would you be interested? That's how opportunities are happening these days. That's how people are landing opportunities. So if you don't make yourself visible online, you are truly delaying your own growth. And like I said, I started my journey from complete scratch. I was getting into copywriting. I didn't even understand what the term copywriting meant. So I had to learn all of that from scratch. The only copyright I knew was the one for copyright law, copywriting, creative work, and all of that. So you understand that you can start from complete scratch. And there may be many people in the audience right now. Maybe you just graduated, you're a fresh college graduate. Maybe you've never worked a job in your life, and you're wondering, where do I start? Everyone wants proof or previous work experience. How do I prove myself, right? So we're gonna look into that. And building your personal brand will definitely allow you to monetize your skills, your strengths, and your passions, even, so that you can create those multiple streams of income and not be limited to a single role or even to a single path, right? You can go to so many different angles, but of course you do have to start from one thing. All right. So let's go on to LinkedIn profile optimization. This is all about updating your LinkedIn profile in a way that clearly positions your skills. So it positions your skills, it positions your expertise, and it positions your solution, the solution you're bringing to the market. It could be copywriting, it could be proofreading, it could be editing, it could be book writing. Okay, I'm sticking around writing a lot because that's my soft spot, but let's go to web design, graphic design, all of those things. All right, so you position that solution, you position those skills so you can attract aligned opportunities. So your LinkedIn profile has 10 sections, a total of 10 sections for the most part. And those are the sections from your headshot all the way to the recommendations. All right. So you have your headshot has to be a professional image of you smiling, preferably, and looking approachable, because this is the digital space and we don't know you personally. So we can't say, oh, I've seen her smiling somewhere before, so here maybe she was, I don't know, she was in a bad mood or something like that. Like, we don't have the premise to make that kind of judgment, right? What we see is what we perceive. So if you want us to perceive you as someone who is approachable, and who we can talk to, at least make your headshot smile, have a smiling face. And also, I've seen some people make the mistake of just uploading a photo of them standing up. So that's not recommended. Make sure you're focusing on your face for the most part, and maybe up to your shoulders. That's enough. All right, your banner image. Your banner image, let me just, instead of just mentioning these things, let me go ahead and share this tab. All right. I will share this tab so that you can see. All right. So this is your banner image, and your banner image has to speak for you. It has to speak about the solution that you are bringing to the market, and benefit oriented. And then there's the about section. Your about section is super important, and you have to make sure you're not just focused on you and the things that you have done, the awards you have won, the certifications, how many years you've got of experience. You need to also focus on the clients or the clients or the opportunities, the people you're trying to attract. So if you're trying to attract founders, make sure you're mentioning founders in your about section, and you're able to explain, uh, share a little bit of your story, explain how you are helping these people. All right. Explain in there, and then show people why you're worth reaching out to, because we keep in mind that people are busy. They're not just out here like thinking, oh, let me go check out Judith's profile. They just happen to land upon my name, and then they click on it, and you only have a few seconds to convince them to stay and scroll on to the bottom. All right. So make sure your profile is populated, it's updated with relevant information. So for me, I do LinkedIn personal branding coaching. I have programs, and those are what I've highlighted on my featured section. So this is a featured section. This is where you pin your best work, and this is where you will pin your portfolio website once we've built it. All right, and you show your proof of results. You show your work. All right, my portfolio is somewhere at the end here. So I still have a portfolio there. I built it with Canva. Today, I will show you how to build one with Google Sites. All right. So we do that, and then you have the experience section. This one has to reflect bullet points that are you need to share in bullet point format, so that you share your impact, the impact you made in the work that you're doing. All right. So you list them down in that way, in that order, and on like that. Then your education section, you fill it up and make sure you at least explain what you learned that is relevant to what you're doing now. Don't just let it sit there and say I got a bachelor's degree. And of course, I may have to update mine as well, but I did put those bullet points and added all of that, so that to show that um, during my time when I was getting my bachelor's degree, I was involved in such activities and whatnot. All right. Then you get your licenses and certifications, you upload your certifications. And I hear today is graduation day. Please make sure you go and announce that on LinkedIn, and also attach any certificates you may get from this. That's a great way to be visible. Recommendations. Once you work with clients, ask them, always ask for feedback. All right. That shows proof that you really worked with clients. And when you are claiming in your portfolio that you've worked with so and so clients, then there's proof that you've gotten these testimonials, and they've given you testimonials and positive feedback and what it was like to work with you. This way, you remove that friction of people. People are usually scared to hire someone they don't know, and also someone they don't have any proof. So if you have some proof on top of your portfolio, at least ask for some feedback from the people you've worked with. That will be great for you, and that will sell you. So let's go back to this, and let's optimize a LinkedIn profile. So what I've done here is, let me just move this to this side. What I've done is that we will use a dummy person or a made up person, all right? So that in the interest of time, but this is a prompt this is the prompt we're gonna use. You're a professional LinkedIn personal branding strategist, blah, blah, blah. Your task is to help me create a high converting keyword optimized LinkedIn profile. So now the details that we need to change here are your task is to help me create a high converting keyword optimized LinkedIn profile that positions me clearly, communicates my value, and attracts. So here I want us to build a LinkedIn profile for someone who wants to get into freelance writing. All right. So in this case, they're not looking for jobs per se, they're looking for clients and collaborations. All right. Then we're telling ChatGPT, before writing anything, analyze my background, skills, and experience, identify my strongest positioning angle, highlight any gaps, and ask me 3 clarifying questions. So here's the information we want to give ChatGPT. We're gonna say the name is Julia Jones. This is just a made up name. If there's any Julia Jones you know, please note that this is not the one. What Julia does is LinkedIn ghost writing. All right. Who she wants to attract? She wants to attract clients. Let's say US based clients. All right. US based clients, specifically finance consultants. Okay. Consultant. All right. Now, my goals are, Julia's goals are to get freelance clients, and establish a business. All right. Apologies for the noise. Now, here I'm just going to use my own CV for this. So, but this is just to show you what you're going to do, and you will use your own CV for that. Let me just find my CV. Here we go. All right. And then, so you will, what I want you to notice is this prompt has been divided into sections because it's, your LinkedIn profile is long. So you don't really get a good result when you just prompt it once to give you all the sections. So for each section, I've broken it up like that so that you prompt it like one after another. So for the first part, let's do that. Let's copy this, and I'll go ahead and also copy my CV. All right, here we go. I've just pasted the prompt, and then I want to go and copy my CV. I don't like attaching per se because I leave out some parts for safety reasons, right? Because my CV has all my information, my contacts, my email address, and all that. So for the sake of cybersecurity. All right, let's paste that. And then I will press enter and generate. So it's telling me the biggest opportunity right now, your CV positions you broadly, but the market you want to attract is more specific. That means your LinkedIn profile should not read like a generalist. It should position me as that. So it's gonna give you ideas on how best to position yourself, and you can read through that since you will do this quietly, when you have all the time. So it's asking questions because at the end of the prompt, it said, part of the prompt says, analyze my background, skills, and ask me up to 3 clarifying questions. So we have the clarifying questions, and I'm just going to quickly answer those and say specific type of finance consultant. So this is your target audience. Before you start building your LinkedIn profile, updating it, you need to know who your target audience is. So you need to do your background research, your market research rather. You need to first identify what it is you're building. Like when you say you want to become a freelance writer, what type of writer? Are you going to be doing LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, management and all of that? Or are you going to be doing more website copy or, writing articles for blogs and stuff like that? So you need to define all of these different things. And for the target audience, we want to say, let's pick one, financial coaches. I like that. So let's go with those ones. Financial coaches. And then which service do you want to become known for first? I want to become known for LinkedIn ghostwriting. This is what I want to be known for. And then 3, what type of tone do you want your profile to communicate? So this depends on how you want people to perceive you, like how you want to present yourself out there in terms of, do you want to be authoritative, conversational, warm and strategic? Do you want to focus more on being educational and approachable, or do you want to build a premium and high level brand? So all of these things matter. I think I want to try going for this premium and high level. And then we will generate. Actually, excuse me, let me just edit that, because after answering that, then I want to prompt it for the next segment and say, now update my LinkedIn profile. Now update my LinkedIn profile step by step with strategic thinking and clear explanations. For each of the 8 sections, so we're only going to work on 8 sections. First, explain why it matters, then provide one strong tailored example. And all of that. So we have we're starting with the banner text. And we're asking ChatGPT to write 3 short, powerful options, maximum 10 words each, because you don't have much space on the LinkedIn banner to write stories, right? You only have enough space, and write in bold and big letters. That way it stands out, and focus on benefits, clarity, and curiosity so that you attract the right audience. Avoid vague phrases like passionate or hardworking, right? So we'll generate that. And it's explaining why the section matters. Your LinkedIn banner is one of the first things people notice, and that's true. For US-based financial coaches, the banner answers, what does this person do? Who do they help? Why should I care? So here are the examples. Here are the options, rather, it's given us. Helping financial coaches become industry thought leaders. So what I do usually, I don't use the output as it is. I will edit this until it sounds punchy enough. So that is a matter of getting creative. You can also still continue using ChatGPT and say, make it more punchy, tell it something like that. Make it more punchy, make it more authority driven, stuff like that. So ghostwriting LinkedIn content for high level. I think I like this. Turn financial expertise into client attracting LinkedIn content. That I like this because it speaks to my audience. So it speaks, it talks about financial expertise. So finance people will immediately tell that, oh, she's for me. As opposed to the other ones, I think they were quite vague. No, this one also mentioned financial coaches become industry thought leaders. But here it's more benefit oriented in this sense that it's client attracting. I mean, who doesn't want to attract more clients? And I find that this one is more, it's stronger, and it will attract my clients better because that's what they want on LinkedIn. They're not just out there for to just build authority. And then what? Once they build the authority, they want to make the money. They want to generate income. So we're gonna pick that and add it as our headline. Actually, we're gonna add it as our banner text. Then we will generate again the next section, and I'll just generate this the headline and the about section, and I can probably share this with the organizers so that they can share with you guys in the interest of time. For the headline, I'm gonna say I missed one. So we'll do this. The second part we want to optimize on our LinkedIn is our headline, and we've given ChatGPT the format we want. So this format works great. I've tested it myself, where you state your role or your identity. So let's say LinkedIn ghostwriter, and then you put that bar, and then you say helping your target audience achieve a specific outcome, because we all want, like, once you speak to your target audience's pains and desires, then you catch their attention. But if you're just generically saying, I'm going to write LinkedIn posts for you, and save you time, so what? So you need to always answer that so what at the end. So that what? So that you can attract clients, so that you can have more time to do what you want to do, like in your business, the things that actually move your business forward, instead of handling your content alone and fiddling with ChatGPT and Gemini and all of that every single day. So you make sure you position your offer in a way that your target audience can see that, wow, this is value. I'm paying for value. This is something I need, but I know for sure I don't have the time for it, or I don't have the patience, or I don't have the skill. So there's always something someone is lacking and they need someone to help them with. You just have to find that something. All right. And you can always chat with ChatGPT and say, what are business owners looking for on LinkedIn right now, so that you can measure on that. Even if it's something you don't know yet, you can always educate yourself on it. So don't limit yourself and say, I don't know this, so I will not go into that. As long as you have an interest in a certain industry or in a certain skill, I encourage you to go ahead and invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge. There's YouTube, there's AI. You can have chats hours on end until you get your breakthrough and say, this is the direction I want to take. All right. So let's generate this. All right. So why this section matters is that your headline is the most searchable section on LinkedIn. People search for keywords, specific keywords, to land on a specific profile. All right. So you need to use your keywords strategically and go in the mind of your target audience and say, what are they thinking for them to land on my profile? What would they be thinking? So they're thinking, I need a LinkedIn ghostwriter. I need someone to take this task off of me. Or maybe they're looking for a virtual assistant who can do LinkedIn content writing, all that sort of thing. So if you find that people are looking more for virtual assistants who can handle LinkedIn management, then make sure you are putting those words in your headline. All right. So include phrases like LinkedIn ghostwriter, personal branding. And this is what ChatGPT suggests we put: LinkedIn ghostwriter and thought leadership strategist, helping financial coaches build authority, visibility, and inbound leads on LinkedIn. Yeah, we don't want the last part of that. So here's let's see the alternative. LinkedIn ghostwriter for financial coaches. I think I like this. So I'll always check if it gives me two options. I'll check, and sometimes I'll dissect it and just take one part perhaps, and one part from one suggestion and then mix it up with the other. So for the next one, I want to take this helping. I think this is fine. Into authority-driven content that attracts clients and opportunities. So we will have that. And then what I want us to change at the end is we need to add a CTA. You don't want to just tell people you do this thing. What should they do next after seeing this, right? So we want to make sure they book a call in featured. So this is the power of your section. And what you do now in your featured section, and you can add an arrow here, like an icon, an arrow to point downwards and show people where the featured section is, because maybe some people may not understand what you mean. Where is the featured section, right? So when you point downwards and then they scroll, they will find. The good thing is LinkedIn labeled them well and said this is featured. All right. So book a call, and what you will do is go to calendly.com. Let me type that since I can go to the Zoom chat right now. This is where you can set up a 30-minute strategy call, a 15-minute strategy call, clarity call. Some people call it consultation call. Whatever you decide to call it. Let's say clarity call. 30-minute LinkedIn strategy. Whew. All right. So you set that up in calendly.com and set up your hours, the days when you know if someone books a call with you on a Monday at 9 a.m., you will be able to show up and talk to them, soberly and all of that. If you feel like Mondays 9 a.m. will not work because you're busy at home or doing something else, make sure you set up hours that you can actually use. So that's the beauty of Calendly. I use Calendly myself. I have a booking link, a 15-minute consultation call. So clients book that, and then I talk them through my programs. I hear more about their brand goals, and what they want. So you can do the same and make use of your featured section. So for the rest of the section, since I see time is pretty much gone, let me just explain what let me just explain the benefits of updating the different sections. So for your about section, you need to write in this structure. You need to start with the hook. That is a statement that's relatable and bold, and that is preferably talking to your ideal client. All right. So always think as though you're speaking to one person, even though you are on a global platform. Make sure you are speaking to just that one client. If you were to have coffee with them and talk through your offer with them, what would you say? All right. So start with the hook where you have a bold opening and say, I know how busy you are as a financial consultant or a financial coach. But you also understand that LinkedIn is a powerful tool for client attraction. Something like that is going to pull someone in and say, okay, yeah, she's speaking to me. Okay. So you need to have that effect where she's speaking to me. And then your tone needs to be human and confident and clear. It should not be robotic. And when you generate using ChatGPT, make sure you go in and edit it so that you are speaking in human language. You're not talking like it's not just about this, it's about that. Avoid those generic robotic languages, phrases rather. Your featured section, I asked it to suggest 3 items. You add your portfolio, you add your case study, or client success story, like I mentioned, and you will add your booking link. You can have one thing if you want them to just book a call with you, and that's where you will, let's say, so the call is usually done on Google Meet. So you can always share your screen and now take that person who has booked your call through your portfolio and say, look at what I've done. And if you are a beginner, you can always create sample work based on pretend clients. And what you do is you mention in your portfolio and say these are pretend clients, and the name of the client is so and so, and this is their brand. So you get creative like that. And then as you take people through your portfolio, then you also explain how this is I'm getting started. Not necessarily I'm a beginner, but this is my sample work which I wrote using pretend clients, or you can find a better word to say than pretend, right? So transparency is key. What I'm trying to say is you need to be transparent so that you don't come off as, you're all knowledgeable and you know your stuff very well, and yet you're still a beginner, because the expectations then will be too high for your client, and then they will find that you're not delivering. They will feel like you're not delivering when they give you work and you take forever to finish it, or somehow you don't even get it done. So in personal branding, your reputation matters a lot. If you don't know how to do something, don't pretend that you do. And there's also this concept of, take on challenges. Even if you don't know how to do something, go and teach yourself. I abide by that as well, but also be realistic within the time frame that the client wants. Can you really learn and then get it done? You see? So sometimes it's better to turn down opportunities, and then perhaps invest more time in learning that thing, and then show up more confidently and say, now I can do this. So personal branding is has a lot to do. Your reputation is everything. So you need to protect your reputation at all costs. All right. Experience section. Rewrite with 3 to 5 bullet points. You need to always start with a strong action verb. It should be delivered freelance writing work for 8 clients, 8 B2B clients. Reviewed 3 things, edited, strong action verbs. Show results using numbers to show measurable impact. And you will do the same on your CV. It should always be measurable. All right. Focus on relevance to your current goals. So instead of listing every single role you've ever had, including where you were selling maybe things, I don't know, groceries at a small shop, and then you're trying to get into freelance writing, somehow that's not related. All right, so pick experiences where it's related to what you're trying to do. And there's still a way you can get creative and present your experience as someone who was selling groceries in a small shop and still relate it somehow to freelancing. It's all about your creativity, right? You can just pick on the things like time management, making sure like you are reporting profits and all of that, you're getting customers. So that is still something in a way that you can showcase. All right. Your skills, you always need to share relevant skills. So, and include keywords that recruiters search for in your field. So this is something ChatGPT will definitely help you with. It will give you the keywords like LinkedIn ghostwriter, personal branding, content writer, LinkedIn profile optimization, all of those things. Okay, content strategy, it's going to give you all those. So you add them to your skills section and you have a lot of space, like it gives you 10 to 15. You can even, I've seen people add, and I think I also have added over 20 skills, as long as you arrange them in a way that of order of importance, okay, based on the work that you want. Finally, your licenses and certifications. You're going to ask ChatGPT to suggest relevant certifications and prioritize, free or beginner friendly options. So it's going to tell you how you need to just create sample work where you can create a mock-up of a LinkedIn post showing that you wrote, you understand how a LinkedIn post should look. Remember, we are focusing on a freelance writer who wants to write on LinkedIn as a LinkedIn ghostwriter. So what you would do is, just a minute. So what you would do is you will choose, I don't know how to go about this without, infringing on privacy and all that. So let's do this. Okay, you can write something like this and create a mock-up. There are tools out there that you can use. So tools like brand build, if I remember correctly. Just a moment, let me. There are tools like Canva, there are tools like you can Google some tools that you could use to create a mock-up that looks like this, right? Where you can showcase an image and then your text, your hook here. And so you will focus on the hook a lot and then write the full post and show the client that you can write on LinkedIn. But most of all, what I want to share with you is that your LinkedIn profile is the best portfolio piece that you can share with your client. Even if you're not getting into LinkedIn ghostwriting, even if you're getting into web design or anything else, just showing your LinkedIn profile and you building it and showing up consistently, it communicates that you're a serious professional. It communicates that you can be trusted. You are disciplined enough. If you can build something for yourself and you don't have any, someone pushing you and like a boss supervising you to build your brand, then definitely you can help someone else build theirs. Okay. So what comes first is, and that's what I did as well. I started with investing in building my own brand, even if it was trial and error, and it has taken me a while to grow on LinkedIn because it's been trial and error, and it's been me like testing this niche and then jumping to another niche and just trying to find my footing so that I zero in on the right thing, right? So that I put all my energy in something that feels right. So listen to yourself. If you start with a niche that you don't like, please give yourself permission to go to another niche, okay? To switch niches until you find your thing. And it's a journey, it's a continuous journey. All right. I've been doing this for 3 years. This is my third year. And now is the only time when I feel like I have a whole lot of clarity around what I'm doing. And that clarity has come in phases. It didn't just come all at once. So I want to encourage you to give yourself grace. It doesn't happen just, abruptly like that. And you're like, I've decided to become a freelance writer. So all my niche and my target audience and all of that will just come. It takes time. Okay. Sometimes your target audience will come with experimentation. You'll just find that when you're sharing a specific topic on LinkedIn, more people are interacting with that than they are interacting with, say, another topic. Okay, so give yourself a chance. Always watch your analytics as you're building your personal brand and say, what are people most interested in and who am I attracting? Because LinkedIn shows you if the people who viewed your post are entry level professionals or senior level professionals. So if you want to attract entry level, but somehow when you write your content you're attracting senior professionals, then there's something wrong. So you need to change something up. And it's something that you have to keep on reviewing. Even big brands do this. So you keep on reviewing and you keep on changing things up as you go. All right. Let me move on quickly to building your ATS compliant CV. As I go back to my slides. Are we together so far? Kindly give me thumbs up if we are together. Hello?
Yes, ma'am, we are.
All right. Thank you. So creating your ATS compliant CV. ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System, and it's a software that most employers are using. Most employers, if not all, they are using to collect, scan, and rank your applications digitally. So instead of them reviewing every single application, they are using this software to filter CVs for keywords and to manage job applications digitally. So what makes a CV ATS compliant? You need to have simple formatting where you don't add tables, you don't beautify your CV in any kind of way, and most of all, you don't use Canva to create your ATS compliant CV, because Canva by default, I think it has more boxes and all of that. The formatting just doesn't land very well with ATS software. So you need to have clear section headings like professional. So you start with your name at the top and then you write your professional summary, and then you write either your education first or your experience, depending on how much experience you have. So if you're just a beginner, it's best to start with your core skills, highlighting your skills, and then highlighting your education to show how far you've gone with education, and your thinking capacity and all of that, because people judge how someone will be able to carry out a role based on their education levels. All right, so you can highlight your experience, your skills in terms of technical skills and soft skills. So that is going to make your CV scannable by the ATS software. Standard fonts. So standard fonts are like Arial, Calibri, Times New Roman. Those are common fonts that are used in a lot of professional settings, right? And the font size should be 12. That's the standard. Mostly it's 12 or perhaps 11 for Calibri, to make sure that it's readable. Add relevant keywords from the job description. And this is where that whole concept of you need to tailor your CV to each role comes in, because you can't use keywords for social media manager focused on Instagram on a role where they need a LinkedIn ghostwriter, because those are two different platforms. And if your CV is just talking about Instagram, then automatically you're irrelevant. So you need to add keywords that are from the job description of the role you are applying for. You also need to have easy to read structure and make sure your sections flow in good chronological order. And you can use short bullet points, so that short bullet points, you don't over explain. You use short bullet points so that the ATS can just scan. It's all about scanning, like it's not reading. And even humans these days, their attention spans are so low, are so short. So you need to take care of that as well. That's why you will also notice on LinkedIn, the LinkedIn posts or even social media posts, they have a lot of one line paragraphs. Okay, there's a lot of white space. So you need to write so that people can scan, because not everyone is reading your post from top to bottom, line by line by line. Some are just reading the top and then they come to the middle and then they go down to the CTA, okay? To your call to action, that is. All right. And your dates need to be consistent. So here's your CV structure. You will have your header, you will have your professional summary, you will have your skills, your experience, your education, and then your certifications. So let's see, where's my prompt? Here it is. Just a moment. So this is the same CV you're going to upload to your as you're updating your LinkedIn profile, all right? Okay, I remember I have it here. Here, this tab. Okay. So I'll copy the prompt, which also states an overview. It gives an overview of your personal brand all the way down to your solution and offer, and all that. So we'll copy that and say, and go to, let's use Google Gemini for this. Okay. Create an ATS compliant, let's say compliant CV for an individual trying to become a freelance LinkedIn ghostwriter. She's a business administration graduate. Here's an overview of her personal brand, primary niche, and all of that. And then let's generate. All right. So what I'll do is I'll copy this into a fresh Google Doc and show you how you can edit the response. All right. Because I see it's, oops. Those are just tips. Okay. I will do my best to be quick on this one. I know time is already gone. So you will mostly write your CV on simple tools like Google Docs or Microsoft Word. And then you will save your CV in PDF format and name it by your name. You can say Judith Chitedze CV, and then perhaps even add the role at the end, the role you are applying for, LinkedIn Ghostwriter. Then you save it. So that way, when you're attaching it to the email, people can immediately see that, oh, okay, this is Judith's CV and she's applying for the LinkedIn Ghostwriter role. Because you never know, the company has probably advertised several roles. So this should be in big capital letters. Let's say Chitedze. And then You can put the title, your title, or you can leave this out and say, mention your city and country, your phone number, and with your country code kindly, because people need to reach you. People need to be able to reach you when they use your number. Professional email address. So for freelance writers, when you're a beginner, you can get away with it with a Gmail account. But as you progress, start thinking about investing in your business. So I would advise that you build it out as a business, and you will have to invest in a professional email. So pay for a professional email, subscribe to the 1 year email plan, 1 year plan rather, and then it might be $15 or less, based on, depending on where you get it. Like Namecheap is good for cheap domains, or yeah, it's good for budget domains and business emails. All right, so invest in that. And then here we will say LinkedIn profile, and then we'll highlight that and add a link. Okay, instead of just you having the link there sitting awkwardly in a way, like, and sometimes it can be long. Okay, so you want to make sure you just write LinkedIn profile and add your link. So when it's highlighted that way and underlined, they will know that to click on that. And then you can say portfolio or writing samples. Let's say writing samples. Okay, writing samples. And then you will link to your portfolio website, where directly to the page that has your writing samples. All right, so you also add a link here. I just add a random one. And then when we say structure, formatting matters. You need to either highlight or underline this, okay, to indicate to the ATS software that it's a headline. So it's a section of your CV. So we'll do the same for all of this. And instead of core competencies, I would rather call this core skills, or just skills, really, to keep it simple. And you will add bullet points. It needs to be very relevant. Okay, content strategy is definitely important. And you can explain like that, so that your potential employers can get that. Technical skills, let's delete that and just continue with the skills as they are. And LinkedIn algorithm analytics, blah blah blah, finance knowledge. Then we'll go down to the professional experience. Okay, you write your professional experience in bullet points. So you write first your role, the role that you held, and then freelance content strategist, and then your brand name. Okay, you can say you're self-employed, or independent. Yeah, we can say self-employed, or you can come up with a name. You can come up with a name for your brand and write it here. All right, the dates, February 2026 to present. Okay, then make sure these are bullet points. And your CV should be a maximum of 2 pages. And when you're a beginner, it's recommended to just have one. So I would recommend just 3 bullet points are enough, and pick the best ones. Okay. Pick the best ones and then go to the next row and on like that. Then your education is going to highlight your most recent one. Then you will add it there, and then you go down in chronological order like that. So the most recent paper that you've gotten, you add it here, and you go on to the last one. Key projects, depending on whether my CV is not too long, I think instead of key projects, I would say certifications. Okay. Add certifications here, because sometimes maybe your degree isn't in the field where you want to write, but your certification, you've taken some Udemy courses. Then you can say AI prompt engineering, from Udemy. AI prompt engineering from Udemy, and then you can state when you got the certificate. Then lastly, you're going to add your references and say available upon request. Okay. Because you don't want to be listing down so many names here and all of that. It's always and it's also a personal preference of mine, and I've heard several people also recommend that you say your references are available upon request. So always have them on the ready, so that when they call you and say, okay, who can refer you and all of that, then you give them the names and the contact details. Okay. So we'll rename that Judith Chitedze CV LinkedIn ghostwriting. Okay. Yep. So that's how you will build your ATS compliant CV. Now for your portfolio website, I will truly speed this up because wow, this would require like 2 or an hour each. Okay, 1 hour on LinkedIn, an hour on the rest. So the good thing is I have this prompt. Your website will have 5 pages, and the pages are your home page, your about page, your portfolio, and your services page. So I'll copy this prompt and take it to Gemini, and I will continue in the same chat. Since it already has background information on me, so it can give me good responses. All right. Mhm. I was looking for the I was looking for it to generate the logo, but I guess my prompt wasn't very clear or it didn't understand. But anyway, let's go to Google Sheets. And Google Sheets is very, very easy to use. I mean, Google Sites. Google Sites is what I mean. It's literally drag and drop. So let me go to Google Sites. You can also access Google Sites from your Google Drive. So that's what I've done. You open your Google Drive and then click on the plus here, new. You click on new. Oh, I'm not sharing this tab. So here's where I went. In Google Drive, you click on new. You go to more, down here, more. Then you click on Google Sites. So it gives you, it brings you to this page. So the site name is going to be Julia Jones. And we will add a logo. I'm just using my photo, to be honest. But you can create a logo. Sorry?
It was nothing, miss. Just interruption noise.
Oh, okay. All right, so it uploaded. That's the logo. So you create your logo, all right? And then the page, your page title is going to be, I think I should have shared my window, not my screen, because I'm going back and forth and then I'm leaving you guys. Let me see if I can change that. Okay, but anyway, I'm copying it from the, I am copying it from the Gemini prompt that I gave it. So I'm just copying from there. And I will not perfect the copy. So I'll just leave it as it is for the sake of keeping time. And now since this is too big, let's trim it down to like 14 and see if it looks good. It does not. So let's get it maybe down to 12. No. Let's say LinkedIn ghostwriter for finance consultants. Because the main thing is to immediately someone clicks on your website, they should be able to tell that you're for these people. Okay. So we'll have it read that way, and then you can add an image. You can upload, but I'll select from Google Images. And if you want to use stock images, which I don't recommend on a personal website, you use your own images, all right? Unless perhaps you're illustrating something that doesn't require your face, but mostly for the most part, add your own image. So let's say content writing. Okay, so I think this image kind of like explains what your site is all about. So we'll use that. Okay. And Google adjusts for readability, but of course I'm not satisfied. You would still need to make sure your text is readable. So you can always highlight and change up the font color right here, okay? So make sure that it's readable and you can make the stuff bigger. Then we'll use the right side and say we will add content blocks, okay? You just click on that and it shows up. See how easy it is? And we want to add, let's go back to Gemini. We want to say to add your image here. Click on the plus button, select an image. You will, of course, add your own image. Oh, wow. Why are we going back to medieval times? Woman. Woman content writer from Africa. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, I'll just pick on any random one. Okay. Please excuse me. And you can adjust it by double clicking and then making sure you're focusing on the right features. Okay, and you can drag and drop like that. And that's the beauty of Google Sites. So simple. Then here you could write I would have loved to add a text box here. Okay. I wanted to add a subtitle here to go with the LinkedIn ghostwriter, helping US finance consultants turn whatever. And then actually for a good, highly converting website, let's add a button at the bottom here. So the button name is gonna say book a strategy call. And then you add your Calendly link. And then we can center that here and drag this so that it's readable. There you go. And you can also customize the colors here, section colors. or rather, okay, for this section color, it's going to highlight the whole section. So if you want it to stand out like that, then you highlight the section. For this, colors, you can go to themes. You go to themes. So there's insert pages and themes. So you go to themes and choose whatever color is, goes with your brand. All right. You do that, you add your photo. It's important to at least have the face behind the writer so that people can connect with you. And then the next sections, are going to show your unique selling points. Which are LinkedIn ghostwriting. So let me add a section here at the bottom. And I'm realizing I don't want this, so I'm just going to delete it and have this in the middle. Is that centered at all? Make sure it's centered. And then I want to insert. Now I can insert the two because now I want to show that I'm offering LinkedIn ghostwriting. And then I'm also offering LinkedIn content strategy. So you add a nice graphic there that displays your service, and then you can add some explanations here and say, I help you. It has to be catchy. I don't just write, I understand the nuances of blah, 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 like that. Okay. And you can format it so that it looks nice. So it's pretty easy, drag and drop, and you make your website look exactly the way you want it without having to hire anyone to do it for you. Because the challenge with hiring now, especially in your beginning, in your early stages, you don't necessarily 100% understand your own brand to that stage, but you still want to have a portfolio website that you display, okay, to your potential clients. And doing this as a beginner is really going to elevate your brand quickly. You will get results quickly. And I quickly invested in my website. Right now it's down due to some other reasons, but I intend on, I'm building a new one now, targeting coaching and all of that. The first one was all about freelance writing, and I was writing blogs there, I was writing articles. So it was my portfolio. It sold me, and it helped me get clients. So you can do the same in your initial stages. I know it feels like it's a complex thing. Why should I create a website? When you're just beginning, it feels like your social media should speak for you. But having a website is that extra layer, not even extra, but it's a deeper layer of authority. So you command respect quicker than just someone who has social media. Okay, so let me leave that at that. You can add, if you have YouTube videos, you can embed, you can add that, you can add videos and stuff like that. You can add your portfolio, but here I just want us to add a footer that mentions your freelance writing, like business name, say Julia Jones writes. Maybe that's your business name. And then you can add your location just so people know, where you're located, time zone differences and stuff. They should get to understand that beforehand. And then you can add your contact details. You can add your phone number with the country code again, and then let us center that so that it looks nice. Okay. Ooh, I didn't highlight, so let's delete that, highlight everything, and then center it. Okay, there you have it. And you can add a chat with me. So depending on your target audience, I know for this one we said it's US based, so US based clients don't usually WhatsApp chat you. I think they are more into they're more into scheduling calls. I think that you will do better if you schedule a call. So if you say chat with me, or um, if you say chat with me, perhaps link this to your Calendly. Okay. So it's just another call to action where you are driving people to take action. So you don't want to just build a website that looks beautiful, but it's not telling people the next step. So these calls to action are super important. Make sure you put them, you sprinkle them throughout your website, okay? And if you want to create a new page now, you go here and you go to the plus icon, and now the next page is going to say about. And you go ahead and build it out again the way you want. And your about section should mostly sell you in a way that you tell your story of how of why this field matters to you, why you got into it, why you want to help specifically finance consultants. What is it with finance with you, right? So once you share such information, and I will stop right here. I will stop right here, but I just want to show you what this can look like. Okay. So you can just go straight up and say, I've always believed that the most brilliant minds, blah, 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 are the quietest in social media. So it should be a story that's related to your ideal client. It shouldn't be so much about me. I did a Udemy course on freelance writing, and I also know AI engineering, and I'm good at this, I'm good at that. I. It needs to say I, yes, but then you need to focus the attention to the user, to like your ideal client, what they will gain from working with you. Okay. That's that. Why I enjoy working with finance consultants. I keep on getting that all wrong. What is up with that? Okay. So you can structure it any other way that you, and make sure your personality shines through. That's the biggest thing, honestly. As a coach, I will connect with someone more like who I want to do virtual assistant work with. Like I want them to do virtual assistants for me. I will connect with them better if they show their personality, so that it gives me a view of what they're like before I even talk to them. Because then I won't feel cringe, I won't feel it won't feel uncomfortable for me to reach out to them. Once I read their story and browse through their website, I'll feel like I know them to an extent. So reaching out to them will make it easier for me as someone who is hiring, right? So think of it that way. The same way you want to feel comfortable with your client is the same way your client wants to feel comfortable with you. ladies, I was going to say gentlemen, but if there are gentlemen in the audience, let me end my session here. Thank you so much for your attention. I've tried my best to condense everything so that I just show you a little bit here and there, but this would definitely require a whole lot of more time. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Judith, for this truly inspiring and insightful session. Your words, experiences, and guidance were incredibly valuable for us, and I believe everyone learned so much from you today about personal branding, digital visibility, confidence, and creating opportunities online. For me personally, one of the most important takeaways was understanding how important it is to build a strong online presence and how we can use platforms like LinkedIn to show our skills and open new opportunities. It was truly eye-opening for me and very practical. We truly appreciate your time and energy and the knowledge you shared with us today. It has been an honor to have you with us today. Thank you so much. And it is time to invite our head of our department, Ms. Amal Barakat, to finish our today's session. Dear Amal, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, my dear Freshta. Really, you did a great job. Really, when I asked you to moderate today's session, you wasn't just asking a fellow to introduce a mentor. We really watching today someone step into a completely new version of himself with the confidence, with the worth, with the grace. Freshta, you were incredible today. This community is so proud of you, my dear. And so also for our for last sessions, moderators, Ijoima and Sidra, you girls did really a beautiful and great job. I'm so proud of you, my dears. And for you, Judith, where do I even begin? Really, you came today and you gave us something that no tool at all can generate it, really, with some real experience and real roadmap for building a professional presence that is really authentic, powerful, and lasting. And it was really my pleasure to invite you, and really pleasure for suggesting you. I'm so grateful, my dear. And what you shared today is not really just the advice, is a treasure. And this is a strategy what will open doors for our participants for years to come. We are so deeply grateful for your generosity and your expertise and your time. Of course, you did really great job and your heart. Thank you, my dear Judith, from our bottom of hearts and from all Walia's department and Women Ascension. We are really honored to have you today, and we really wish to have you in our next sessions. So please, in the chat, all of you, I need all your emojis to thank Judith for her beautiful and incredible session. And now, my dear all, so now I want to speak to all of you for just a moment. So Judith give you today the blueprint today, and now we will help you build it together. Every reflection post you write, every comment you drop under our YouTube videos, or every LinkedIn post where you share what you learn, this is not just engagement. This is your professional presence growing in real time in the public, in front of recruiters, mentors, collaborators, and opportunity you haven't ever imagined yet. You need to, like you say, you have the opportunity for this huge community of women Ascension that is give you the space. So you need to investigate there. How? We will be with you every step of that journey. So Walias doesn't end today. It's continue in every post you publish, every tool you use, and every skill you build. And I say this with all the love I have for you. I know you. I know that if I don't push you later, some of you will watch this recording, say, wow, that was amazing, and then go back to scrolling. I know this, and I refuse to let that happen to you. So here is what graduation looks like. To receive your Walios Mentorship certificate, you will complete the Walios AI Mastery Series Action Workbook. workbook. I will walk with you tonight through this right now and submit it through the form link. We will share it in the group. This is not boring homework. I promise you that. This workbook is the thing that will force you to build your digital presence step by step, session by session. When you finish it, you won't just have a certificate. You will have really a LinkedIn profile that works for you, and YouTube comments that show your growth, and a professional presence that is real and visible. I will be a little strict about this, yes, but only because I know that on the other side of that effort, and I want that for you really. So let me walk you really faster. I promise is not really a big thing. So I will share with you this link right now. So please keep it, and we will share it again. So to graduate, you need to complete this letter. Like we say, is not assessment, but this is something for you to build your presence. So you just need to create a copy for you. Okay, just create a copy, and this is it for you now. Is not sharing link, is not really sharing for others, is your own link. So you just come here, okay, and write here your full name. You just rename the folder or the sheet folder. So this is how it's coming. So you need have two steps. The first one, you need to watch and reflect on YouTube, and this is the steps. And the step 2, you need to post your reflection on LinkedIn, and this is the steps. And finally, the step 3, you need to comment under each LinkedIn post of this mentorship. So I will show you the action workbook. So you need to click here and start in working. So all the 7 sessions, you will find it here. Okay, all the sessions that we had, it's here. So this is the title, this is about the session, this is the mentor. You will find also the mentor LinkedIn. You can directly connect with the mentor and all this. And you see also there is the session record. You just click and go and watch it and drop your comment. And you see the LinkedIn posts that I call you now. I tell you about it. I will show you. And this is the resource for each session that we had. Okay, so we will have the final session of Judith. Once she will bring, she share the resources, we will put it here. So when we start to work, this is so easy for the one who already make the job, already make the work for the last sessions. But for you, when you start, is really not a big thing. So this is your work. What you need to step 1: watch and reflect on YouTube. Here you can paste your comment or have screenshots in your comment and edit. For example, the session 1 is introduction session, and then AI productivity, and then no code AI automation, and then AI for students, and then AI content factory, and finally AI portfolio day. And number 2, you need to post your reflection on LinkedIn, your LinkedIn profile. This is what Judith, she called about it. You will actually build your presence, and you prove that, yeah, I already assist the WAOML series, and also I have interact and have making it work. Okay, so this is let you to amplify your LinkedIn profile. So there I encourage you, all of you, to connect with each other and support each other, because once you have your reflection, you will together build this community. So each one of you will, for example, comment the other one and have to like it and make it. So this is how your profile will be much amplified. Okay, and then comment under the post link. What does that mean? Let me show you. So let me show you where is the post, for example. Okay, I will show you. Here we go. So for example, in when you click directly, okay, when you click directly, you will find, for example, this is about today's session. Okay, you came here and drop a comment. For example, this comment, what it will be about. It will be not you can say one thing you learned or discovered, or maybe one question you want to ask to the mentor. For example, because today we haven't we couldn't take all your questions. All right, you can drop it under this post. Okay. Or for example, you can say a tool you tried and for this, for example, according for this topic, and tip that change how you work and anything that could benefit someone else reading this post. So this is not really we don't say what you say, just you can or only you can welcome the mentor. So this is what's about. No, no, it's not. It's not tomorrow. It's not tomorrow, Ruhaina. Just relax, okay? It's not for tomorrow. So this is what's about. Like I told you, the comment and the link. Then and you will paste here the link. And finally, we need your feedback because we've gonna to build another series mentorship for the next month. Okay, so we need really to know and to also improve ourselves. We need also to know your reflection about how was the session, how was, for example, the mentor, how was anything you want to share for each session we wanted. Okay, or any recommendation or anything you want. So what you need, you have just this this 3 to fill. So step 1, step 2, step 3, and also you have the feedback for it. So believe me, once you finish this, you really have a strong and powerful profile. And finally, once you fill it and done, you can share the link. Okay, share your link like this. So share your link, and then we will share with you the form all together. We want everything to be well organized. So we will share this one for the submission. So you just need to fill your full name, address, email, and here you can add here you paste the link, your action workbook link. You just paste it here, okay? And here something for you. This is beneficial for you. If you need any personal assistance or follow-up support in any area. So here, this is for you. We can really support you during your study, during your work, and etc. for any topic. And you have any topic, so you just do it. This is about, for example, who asked about his master thesis or something like this. So yeah, reposting our LinkedIn post. No, regarding our feedback. Yeah, we will do it. So here, how we say, so if you need any personal assistant, just check, or you don't need, so just keep it now. And in which topic you just write what you need exactly here. And now we can connect you with directly the mentor in some field and etc. Okay. And here is the last thing. How would you describe your over journey in the WAOML AI Mastery Series? Tell us honestly, where were you before this series and where are you now? What changes of you? So this is what we want really for you. So don't hate me. This is not homework. Okay. This is just something for you to build your presence, your strong presence. And this is for it's the deadline is just for when you can submit it in the week from now for week and the now. So the deadline it will be on May 15. Okay, 15 May, 1 week. That is all what you need. So the form link will be shared in the WhatsApp and everything we will share then there. So open it and do it. Don't wait for the end of the week. Now, all of you, please, just for 5 minutes, more 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes, not all. I want to have sharing something with you. I need to do something very special. In this fellowship, Wallace Fellowship, we don't just learn AI, we build leaders. And tonight, I want to recognize 5 women who didn't just attend sessions, they showed up for 16 weeks. We start our batch 1, batch 3 for this fellowship from February through to every challenges, every deadline, every moment of doubt. They show up with commitment, with heart, and with excellence. These 5 women complete the full OML fellowship, and I call them right now, they are truly stars for Joima, Freshta, Liali, Sidra, and Zahra. Really, that is not easy 16 weeks. That required discipline, sacrifice, and really dedication. And they did it strongly, beautifully, and with so much impact. And that's what's happened in these last 4 days. I really pushed you a lot and you were under pressure and really given the best work ever seen for the article and the project and the report. I'm not just proud of you, I'm in awe of you. You are a proof of exactly what this fellowship stands for. You are our stars. So please, participants, stand up for these 5 incredible women in the chat. Show them what is this community is made for. This is your graduation a day for our fellows for this Williams Fellowship for batch 1 and batch 3. And so is now one final announcement. So those are for the batch 1 and batch 3, our stars, our fellows. And this is not the end. This is the opening of the batch 3. So all of you, dear participants, you were here for during all the series. And now we announce for you the batch 3 opening for our department. You can be also like Ijoima, like Freshta, like Liali, like Sidra, and like Zahra, and benefit for this also. So everything you experience in these past weeks, the sessions, the mentors, the community, the grow, this is what the OML Leadership Fellowship is built on, and we are opening the doors again. So if you ever you've been on the outside looking, this is your moment. If you know someone who needs this community, share this with them. The application is open, and we want the next generation for leaders ready to walk through that door. So I think I will share with you the link of the form. So please get registered if you are interested to be one of this fellowship, if you wanted to subscribe for one of these fellowship programs. Okay, so that's it, all of you, my dear participants. We were really a great family together. We have a habit to meet each other each Sunday, each Thursday, but this is the end. So 7 sessions ago, I told you one thing. We are not suffering from an information crisis. The challenge is always how to take knowledge and turn it into a skill. Look at what you built. Look at where you are now. You know what's AI. You know how to talk to it, automate with it, study with it, create it, and now build it, your identity with it. That is not information. That is capability, and capability, real practice, owned capability no one can take from you. Go build, go create, go lead. And thanks for all the team of the Woman Ascension, our big family, for Miss Dr. Maheen, and for Tamina, for Canvi, for my dear Narges, our assistant department, Brishna, and also for all dear mentors that are accepting our invitation and come with gratitude and with a big kind to share their knowledge. I want to thank personally Mr. Zuhaib Rafiq, Mr. Samir Khan, and Miss Judith. You are really incredible and really, like we say, generous that you share in all your knowledge with the love. Thank you very much. Really, this is we had the honor to have you. So don't forget again. Remember, don't get attached to the tool. Get attached to the skills. Congratulations for every one of you, and you, all of you, dear participants. You are also graduated from this series. We are so grateful that you have. So please celebrate here with all the images that you have. We wanted to create this ambition. This is the community how it is. So it was really my honor to walk with you through this journey, through these sessions. And this is the end. Thank you very much, all of you, to stay committed to the end. And what can I say? Stay safe and take care. Goodbye.